Hey guys, Drifter here. Welcome to Black Ops 3 In Depth. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the R70 AJAX LMG, which was recently added to the black market via supply drops, and this is a very unusual weapon, even in a game full of unusual weapons. Got a lot to say about it, but first, I should let you know the gameplay you're going to get to see today is not from me. It's once again from Dreamin' Cyrus, who was once again super lucky enough to actually unlock this from supply drops. Longtime supporter, fan of the channel, sponsor. I'd appreciate it if you check out his channel, which is linked down there below in the description. Check out the content and at least tell him thank you for sending me the LMG gameplay. Now let's jump into the nuts and bolts of this weird 3D printing LMG. We'll do the damage and base stats and TDK type stuff first. The rate of fire is 665 rounds per minute, and that's measured in-game, not necessarily from the stat chart, because I did find a difference there, which makes it about average for its class in light machine guns. It fires at a decent rate of fire, but it's not exactly a bullet hose, at least not compared to some of the other ones. The damage is 30 at close, and then it'll drop down to 24 at a distance, which means that it's 4 to 5 shots to kill and low damage, except that 24 damage range is 190 meters away, in which case I literally cannot even think of a distance at which you will engage enemies that far away. So unless you're using a suppressor, you will never ever get a 5-shot kill with this weapon. I mean, they might be behind cover or something. It's pretty much always going to be 4 shots to kill, so it's going to be a very consistent feeling weapon, as a light machine gun should. The headshot multiplier is 1.1x, which means it's not going to be useful at all. You're not going to get any more kills unless they're injured or something. I will add a caveat: if you're using a suppressor, it'll make a difference at most ranges, and if they're somehow more than 190 meters away, it'll make a difference, but most of the time getting headshots with this weapon is going to be a waste of your time. Overall, it's going to have a slightly slow time to kill. Unfortunately, it's not exactly a powerhouse. If it were a 3-shot, it'd be nice, but you're going to be on a little on the lower end of things, kind of like a Dingo, kind of like the Peacekeeper. It's actually somewhat statistically similar to the Peacekeeper. Just don't expect it to shred people very quickly, but it does have some other awesome properties that more than make up for the slow time to kill. Number one is that instead of reloading, you 3D print bullets directly into your magazine. Yes, this is a 3D printer weapon, very similar to the IMR from Advanced Warfare, except instead of printing to your reserve supply, it prints directly into your magazine, which is awesome. The downside, though, is that it doesn't print very fast. It takes about 15 seconds for you to print a full mag. Dreamin' Cyrus did a little bit of testing here for me. You can see the overall low recoil properties right there, and you can also kind of see it count down. I love that nice little meter right there, but you can see just how long it takes to regenerate a full magazine of ammo, and it's quite slow. You would think it would be awesome to have infinite ammo, and it kind of is, and you don't have to worry about running out or scavenge or anything, but you can tell it takes its sweet time going back up to 50, so you do need to be a little bit conservative with your ammo, even though you have unlimited, which is a very unusual piece of advice for me to give you. The Ajax has medium wall penetration power, a little bit lower than the other submachine guns. It's basically on par with a lot of the assault rifles. Aim down sights time is 350 milliseconds, sprint out time is 300 milliseconds. This makes it about average for the light machine gun class. It's going to sprint in and out and ADS much like the other machine guns. You won't find anything too unique right there. Another unique factor, though, is that it has extremely low recoil. Foregrip probably not needed, but if you really want it, I guess you could. It's very easy to control, very easy, especially when you have an optical attachment like a red dot or an ELO or something like that. Or if you want to run the BOA or Varix, it's pretty much a laser. Probably the most accurate LMG in the entire class, maybe even more so than the 48 Dredge, and that one's burst fire. So it's pretty much like the Peacekeeper, like a laser, very easy to aim. Everybody that I've talked to that used this weapon said it's very easy to aim, and that's definitely its major strength. It has standard light machine gun hipfire and strafing speeds. It's going to handle a lot like the BRM will, not so much like the Dingo. Pretty normal in that department. You want nothing really shocking there. And when it comes to my recommendations and how I would describe this weapon, I'm going to go ahead and let you know it's an odd duck. It's not an amazing LMG, but infinite ammo is very nice. With LMGs, you're typically looking for long-range suppression, for real raw firepower, for very high damage, 3-shot kills, that sort of thing. But having infinite ammo is quite nice. You'll never need scavenger, you won't have to think about it too much, and it is very accurate, which is another benefit. I'm going to say it's probably best used in hardcore because unlike core, it's going to one-shot kill all the time in hardcore, and you also won't have to worry about reloading your ammo. Hardcore is a much slower paced game mode, most of the time anyway, and with this weapon you can one-shot at any distance across any map and you won't have to bother reloading, and it's extremely accurate, so you'll probably get your shots in first if you're well positioned. In core modes, it's probably going to be best as a sit back and camp type LMG, definitely more, not a run and gun type LMG at all, not a dingo. You're going to want to sit behind cover and hose people, use the accuracy and the ammo capacity to your advantage, don't go rushing in. And as for what it's best with, I'm going to recommend just optics and quick draw. Very simple, optics and quick draw, nothing fancy, nothing special. Optics are going to be better than the iron sights, and quick draw is kind of nice because you can snap aim a little bit faster. Stock isn't going to be necessary because it's only marginally beneficial on the LMGs, and with infinite reloading ammo, I really wouldn't bother with any sort of magazine attachments. Actually, I don't even have this stupid weapon. I don't even know if it has magazine attachments. The supply drop system is so fun. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of In Depth. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. The previous episode was on the good old Peacekeeper Mark II, and the next episode is going to be on the DB SR50. Drifter out.